the coconut. The coconut. It is a following. It is a nomenclature of a spiritual religion. It is a tree that is taller and provides more fruit and food and water and necessary nutrients than most trees on the planet. And look at the size of that nut. It's as big as a kielbasa. It's as big as a head. Depending on the coconut, all of them are different sizes. They have different flavors, and they're very unique because some have soft little jelly meat for little children that don't even have teeth, like me. And then there's the harder meat, like this, that is like rubber. And now I'm starting to make, with this rubber, which tastes so good, coconut cream ice cream. But it's not cream of dairy. It's from the tree of life. This coconut right here will change our lives. I realized that when man went too far from the tree of life, a plant and tree that gives freely food, fat, water for all ages. Nursing mothers can use it. They've even used it for IVs for hydration when in time they didn't have saline solution. This tree is literally, well, that's why I feel so good. That's why people call me Jungle Jim Yogi Zen, or just Yogi Zen for short. Or Coconut Zen. That's a good one. I've heard that many times too. So we're all nuts down here. At least I can point a few out that are nuts. The rest of you are naked under all your clothes. I could prove it too. So don't think you're a nudist and you're trying real hard not to be. That's right. I try to be as naked as possible to catch as much sunlight on all parts of my body that I can. Because when you get sunlight on your genitals, it wakes up your brain and you're more happy. Honest to God. Part of everybody is depressed because they're not getting enough sun on their genitals or their a-hole. And that's a fact. You wouldn't know it if you didn't get it every day, but since I know it, I'm going to spoon feed you and get you to eat some of the best knowledge and wisdom in life and food in life, and understand that we're all breatharians. That's right, we can take advantage of the prana energy that's all around us and not eat for as long as you can. That's what a breatharian is. Someone who knows that they don't need to eat. We're all breatharians. How many hours do you go between meals? You think about it? How many hours you go? Well, go from breakfast to dinner or something? Well, that's maybe 8 or 12 hours. Well, in those hours, weren't you breathing? If you could extend that from 12 to 24, are you still, what level breatharian are you, or what level eater are you? It's all about consciousness. When you embrace consciousness and good nutrition, then you realize you don't need as much nutrition, and then when you do, you reach out for that coconut, you pull it down, and after a hard climb, and you thirst yourself to quench it to your heart's content, you're satisfied. And then you're not craving that other crap. We're all craving other crap. I won't even shop at the store, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I make the right choices, hopefully. Stay off all that packaged foods, because those are addictive. I was addicted to cookies. Tasted great. Chocolate chip, wheat, all those things that from childhood that we all got addicted to. You see, the tongue's out of control. All your tongues are out of control. That's why, what's really the real deal? What's our real food? What's our real anything? And are you even real? Am I even real? Because it's all temporary. So what's the question of life? Well, since I'm with the coconut right now, I'm making coconut ice cream. And I want to tell you about that, because this is badass. You see, when you take food from the tree of life, we're obviously talking about the coconut, and you take food from, let's say, What other fruits can you think that come from a tree? Avocado. I'm creating holy guacamole. I'm taking coconut meat and avocados and blending them together with coconut water. And can you imagine how good that's going to taste with a couple dashes of honey? I could do anything with it. I can go from there and just leave it the way it is, or go crazy and add vanilla, dragon fruit, lilikoi, bananas, anything, but coconut's the base. The base. Now everybody's heard of all those types of ice creams, pina colada, coconut and pineapple. People have heard of lilikoi ice cream, kind of rare, but nobody's ever had avocado, cream together, frozen into sorbet ice cream. I have, and it is blowing my frickin' mind. When you have something that tastes so good from the earth, right now, fresh, blended with a little bit of heaven on a spoon, you're gonna blow your mind. You know, me and my friends really took the time to have a bowl of my sorbet ice cream, avocado, and coconut. Holy guacamole! You just had a scoop of heaven. That's right, you had a scoop of heaven. And I'm telling you, this is the most amazing thing. People are already telling me, oh, everyone's gonna want this. It's so good. And it feels good to the brain, the mind, the taste buds. And we had so much, the thing is, we had so much energy, and we were happier throughout the entire day, to where that was the only thing I had all day. Literally, I was so satisfied from having all that fat. Now fat, some people say, I've heard it said, that only fat, if you just eat just 80 to 90% fat, it's so powerful that you need less calories, you feel better, lubricates your joints, great for the brain, because it's all about the brain. The brain thrives on fat. And what does cream always do? It always goes to the top. It doesn't sit on the bottom, it goes to the top. So when you eat food from the tree of life down, it goes in your body and goes back up, then you feel great, you're nourished, you're healthier, you got more energy, and you want to go out and climb some more coconut trees, because this is the deal, guys. If you really knew it was the deal, you would never leave paradise. You would never go far from the tree of life that provided you everything. Me as an authority of the nut, I want to quote from the Holy Coconut Bible, chapter 7, spoon meat, section 3, verse 8 of the Coconut Bible, that says, do unto the tree of life as you do unto the Lord himself, and he shall provide for you all the days of your life, without towing, tilling, digging in the soil, and trying to plant a basil or some other plant. It's already here. It grows itself. It wants to give, and it's tropical, and it's everywhere, and it has everything that I want. So I don't know what page you're on, I don't know where you're eating or where you're shopping, but I know where I'm shopping, and it ain't costing me a dime. So I'm not in fear of where I'm going to get my next dollar to go feed my addiction. And you're all addicted because you got that little greenback in your wallet that says, I can buy whatever I want. Are you happy? Did you know you cannot have, I'm serious, you cannot have a negative thought. No, a negative thought if your diet's pure. I can have weird thoughts after eating a complex meal, because the meal is the intelligence. It communicates an intelligence to your body and brain, and if it's too acidic and too salsa'd out and peppered out and chemied out and all these chemicals they're using, it causes intoxication. It causes you not to feel you're actually puts you into a pace cycle because it's toxin. You're all eating toxins everywhere, and you're buying it with a smile, and you're paying for it. You're actually paying for death. Did you know that? You're actually paying for death with a smile as you walk out of there, and you're feeling obese. You're feeling sluggish. You're feeling tired. You know, I hardly sleep because I'm always awake. My cells aren't dragging down. You are what you eat, people. Eat less and feel better. You know, I spend over half the year, almost 3/4 of the year, not eating. I'll look at you in the eyes. I spend almost over half to 3/4 of the year not putting things down my frickin' pie hole and putting it in the toilet the next whatever hours and being constipated. Are you ready for the next level? Do you want to go there? Do you want to party with the coconut, the tree of life? Because I'll tell you again, as soon as the man went too far from things that were free, he started owning things, putting up fences, creating private property, and not sharing, and cutting down forests to raise grains. I will never, ever, ever, ever put a grain in my gullet. I hate rice in my guts. Rice is like this gravel that goes through my guts and makes me feel uncomfortable. And then this poop comes out that's nasty and disgusting and glutinous. You see, something you don't know is that at one time, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. Back when, before the 1900s, man would always grind his grain with stone ground wheels. Now, because man's so technological and intelligent and smart, he decided in the 1900s to grind that wheat more efficiently and more ground powder so we can make pastries and nice culinary glutinous, impacting, constipating, gluey food called flour. Now that stone ground flour was no longer available. It was only available through the efficient science of using metal. And this is what changed all of humanity. See, there are major things that you never knew that changed how come people are sick, overweight. Wake up, people. Wake up, planet. You got to listen to this one and digest it for a moment. Humanity became obese as soon as they went from stone ground to metal ground. And nobody told you. So that nice Wonder Bread, well, how does it end up in your colon? It ends up going through like glue and getting stuck. And then you start getting obese. And then you want more. I was a wheat addict. My choice, my number one choice in the store, bread. Wheat products. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm still feeding the same yeasts. So I was an alcoholic. And all of us are drunk on the foods that they're out there putting. And you're addicted because you're not able to grow your hair properly, your body properly, your skin properly. You see, I don't dye my hair. My hair is healthy protein. My skin is clear and it's thin. It's so thin that I can absorb more sunlight than you. So you see, people, I'm educating you about your body. Your body's the only temple you got, and what are you doing with it? A lot of us are putting stuff in our body that we don't need, and it turns to glue and ends up having too much thickness so you can't absorb sunlight. See, we're sun worshipers. We're like solar panels. So you are what you eat. What are you eating? How are you impacting? So this is revolutionary to our human existence, to know that they've tweaked things in our food chain to where no longer are we, but we're thinking we need salads and broccolis and meats and dairies. I'll never put dairy in my body. I love it. I'm a dairy addict. Put it in my body, I still want it more. It's the parasites that want it ultimately, and it's killing us. Dairy will kill you slowly. It's the slow death. Slow death. So this is how we cut a coconut. Badass machete. Badass. That nut. And here, let's cut some heads. When I cut a head, I think this head needs to come off. Because the Buddha has no head. The Buddha has no mind. The Buddha just is. I double whack. I spank her twice. And she's open. Look at that. See, it's even a heart. It wants to give to you continually. Imagine you growing up like the Asians, growing up eating, drinking coconut, making coconut curries. It's half your diet. And you know what? Even gives you a little breast job. So, need I tell us more? The sadness of this world. Yes, it is sad, because when you're sick and tired, and the whole world's sick and tired, and they think and rest upon this medical association that thinks they're going to be able to help and heal them and give them all sorts of weird drugs, cut you open, the body can naturally heal itself. I'm going to drop another major bomb. No doctor's ever healed anybody. It's the body that does it. We might go in there and add a few band-aids, turn a few knobs, accelerate a few elements in the body through drugs and herbs. But you know what? The body does it so. And the best healer, I'm going to drop another bomb, hope it blows up in your face, is rest. Sorry. You know, look it up. Look it up. Look up Caveman Yogi on YouTube. Look up this guy. Look up Yogi Zen, Caveman Yogi on YouTube. I lived in a cave for a couple of years, off and on. Not fully straight 3 years, but off and on for 3 years. And I discovered something. I was full of shit. Every desire that I had was outside the cave. It wasn't in the cave, it was outside the cave. So I learned to be happy. I learned to realize that you can be enlightened right now if you have no attention, no distractions, and total rest. Your whole body and central nervous system goes back to zero, flatline, and you become rejuvenated. You actually turn back time. How old do I age right now and look to you? Give me a number. I'm sure you probably know that I'm older than... How old? I'll tell you eventually. I'm older than 50. But you know what age is? Age is restriction. That's all it is. We're actually immortal. Not fully immortal, but we can extend our life to where we live pain-free. Would you like to be pain-free? Look me up. Look up Caveman Yogi. He will explain, Yogi Zen will explain to you that there's nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Nothing other than your own mind and body to get in alignment with the truth. And in that truth, you die. In that truth, you're finished. In that truth, there's nowhere to go, nobody to improve or get attention to, and you're just like, well, why the fuck am I here? If I have nothing to do nowhere. Because there's bigger fish to fry in life when you have no distraction and no interpretations, or chasing a dollar or chasing anything, pussy, money, Instagram. All those distractions distract God from being God. And you are that little element of God. You're like that little piece. You can't make a tree or an animal or an insect alive, but you can get yourself alive and connected to your own your breath. Your own breath is more important than anything. But I want you to go beyond the breath. I want you to die from the breath. I want the breath to no longer even exist, because, like I said, when you really get the point, there's nothing to do, nowhere to go other than to work on your own lifting of your own energy and realizing that everything you do, you make and manufacture in your body, from your hair to your skin to everything, and you can feel whatever age you are. So I'm into total body rejuvenation, realignment, calibration. How do you do that? How do you rejuvenate your body? Well, I've created a program that one day gives you back. Yeah, it gives you back 1 year. You come hang out with me for a week, you'll be 7 to 10 years younger. Yeah, that's right. How old do you think I am? How old do I look? How old do I feel? I'm 55, going on 56. Age is just an element of restriction, calcification, adhesions, acids, acidic joints, and then your body can't move, and the click and the pain, and then you end up using a cane in a wheelchair because you can't move. I've created a system, and look it up. It's called the Yoga Swing. Look up the Yoga Swing on YouTube, just Yoga Swing. And if you want to add Yoga Swing, Yogi Zen, I invented this device 25 years ago to move and groove your body every way, shape, and form, elongate your body through suspension, hanging from a suspension yoga swing that hangs from a ceiling or a tree. So I invented how to bring a tree into your home right now using this product. So my company was called Zero Gravity Yoga, and it was also called Air Gyro Gym, and it was also called Yoga Swing, and all those had .coms. I liked that. I liked making things that were fun and bounce around. And if you get one, you'll change your life. So far we've sold over 1 million of these. I haven't. I had my ideas sold in by over 25 different companies. You look it up, there's over 25 or more companies selling yoga swings online because they all take a good idea and steal it and don't give me a dime. I'm living broke, even though I've invented one of the best ideas, products, devices to change and align your body in the entire world. If you have a better way, I want to know about it. If you don't, then I win. You get it, change your life by extension and suspension, and moving your body. So look it up, Yogi Zen Yoga Swings. Now that's some nice coconut water. Let me show you the Jesus breath. Have I shown you that today? Of course not. We just met. The Jesus breath is breathing through the top of your head, through your ears, resonating and fulfilling your inspiration, your spirit. And the mouth comes open and you draw energy through your nose, relaxing the jaw, and you just go. And you're supposed to hold that breath forever. You're supposed to hold that breath until you feel like you're going to pass out. Because who's going to pass out? Who? What? The body? The mind? This is all thought form. This is all congestion. This is all restriction. Relax, people. Just relax, okay? Just relax into the breath and hold it till you blow up like a freaking balloon. But nobody can do it. Nobody can hold their breath like a balloon and pack it, let it descend, let it expand, let it innerviate, let it blow your fucking brain off your head, and then exhale. Now that's a breath. In that time, look at all that. In that time talking to you, I made all that coconut meat. And that is going to go into the most amazing, holy guacamole ice cream that you've ever had. So come to Maui. I hope you do. If you don't, you're missing out. You'll never get to try it. But that's what I'm doing right now. Because if I can bring the food, the most amazing food, in a dish that blows your mind, all from these trees, these nuts. If you eat this food for a couple days, your brain will just go like, whoa, I'm different. So do the challenge. Try this. Try the Yogi Zen Cocoa Zen bar, which is my Cocoa Zen bar, is where we serve it. Eat this only one meal a day. Do it for a few days, and you will experience a shift of consciousness and a cleanse of consciousness. So those are ideas. Up to you. Taking your time, and wisdom is always here available. Maybe we'll meet again tomorrow or later on, but I just wanted to share that because I feel I have something to share. Thank you.